Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across the nation and around the world. This is Deja Brew, bringing you truth one drip at a time. And today is Beyond the Veil. Our target for this week is Antarctica. Hello, ladies. Welcome in. Happy to have you here today. And we're going to start with Missy, and then Angela can go, and then I'll do mine. Actually, after Angela, I'll share what Jen has because she sent a video since she had to work today. So, Missy, you can begin.
Oh, yay. So, I had it come to me that there are portals in Antarctica. They are hidden, they're not accessible to everyone, so you have to know where they are. Um, I also got that there are hidden treasures beneath the ice beyond measure. I didn't go into detail, but just that there were a lot of things that you wouldn't expect. Um, this is going to sound funny because I'm going to use a reference because this is what it was like to me. I seen this valley that was like lush and green, suns and buildings, like super tall buildings. I actually drew what the buildings look like. I don't know if anybody can see it, but they look like a bell on top. And then they're like straight pillars and they're like shiny glass looking type stuff. Um, could be crystals. I'm not sure. Um, let's see what else. It reminded me. This is my reference. It reminded me of I don't know if you're familiar with the Land Before, but not Land Before Time. It's the dinosaur movies. Um, is it the Land Before Time, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the Land Before Time where their world is burnt up and they're searching for the hidden valley. And then when they walk through these mountains, there's it's just super green and animals and everything there. So that's what it reminded me of. Um, let's see. But they are, like I said, there's hidden portals or gateways everywhere. I've seen beautiful people with fabulous buildings and I've never seen before. And I've seen a black sun type thing, but I'm not necessarily sure what that meant. But that kind of came to me, but I didn't have any other reference to it, or I don't know what a black sun would be doing in Antarctica, but that is about basically what I got. I've seen, like I said, there's somewhere, somehow there's a valley, a hidden valley that I'm going to say people live in. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's aliens. I don't know if it's people. I just know that they're beautiful people and they have fabulous buildings. Other than that, that's all I got. And this was kind of a fun little thing to do. So, you hear all them things about aliens are there and all the technology and, no one's allowed there and the no-fly zone and all this kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I love what you have seen there. And just a fun little side note for anybody, including you, that doesn't understand the black sun. That's the inner wisdom that we have. The black sun, even, Hitler used the sun too, right, for the black sun, but he was seeking the spiritual, esoteric wisdoms, which is the symbol of the black sun. He just missed his mark or something, right? he missed something, but he had the symbols right. He just didn't get everything else right. But the black sun is our inner wisdom. It's hidden from the light of day, and our light hides within us until we know how to tap into it and let it out. let it shine. Yeah, so very
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
And I would bet dollars to donuts that your big cool buildings that you were seeing were made of crystal.
I kind of felt like that, like it was glassy, but I wasn't for sure, like if it was crystal or not. But it was they it like reflected light, so it makes sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. All right, Angela, what do you have?
Okay, so before I start, is there any symbol for the black sun? I never heard that until she mentioned today.
The symbol for the black sun?
Mm.
Yeah, it's like a circular, just like the sun,
Mm.
but the sun rays that come out on it look like little lightning bolts, like Odin or Thor's
No,
lightning bolt
stop.
symbol. Yeah,
Like
is that what you
this.
drew?
Like this.
Like that, like that.
That's crazy.
The
That's the black sun.
Sorry. I this is crazy,
That's
because
why I
this,
love doing this show together because things that we see, we think they don't make
oh
sense.
my God.
And
Like,
then we come together and everybody sees something that makes sense of what we see.
it
That's why I love doing
moves.
this.
It moves. It
It
moves.
moves because it's actually symbolism for
Just
the somatics
yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
electromagnetic energy, right? It's like light. You're
Correct.
bending light, right? It's photon light. That's why Odin and Thor used it in their symbols for their lightning bolts.
Wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, but why? I- since you mentioned it, oh, it's Antarctica. These things keep popping up here and there and there. Like it wasn't. I don't have. Well, since I start with you, I don't have to put any effort basically to do anything. It just
Mhm.
I keep writing. I write things everywhere in a piece of paper in my book here, in my notes on my phone, whatever I can grab, like just so that I don't forget, right? But and then this was at the last end before today, okay? And then when she said the black sun, I'm thinking, how is it the black sun? It was like a click, like the black sun. Don't tell me this is this.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me start.
I'm going to pull up a picture of it real quick, actually, so that everybody can just see what this actually looks like.
Wow, this is amazing. I keep fixing the outside part of it until I get it like almost like the way how I see it because it's not like actually like a full sun.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. Oh my God. Yeah, this is exactly what I
I'm
saw.
actually, yeah, I'm actually looking for, here's the most accurate one right there,
Yeah,
or
this is
this
yeah.
here, right?
Yes. Yes,
And that's
that's
what you've
exactly
drawn.
what I saw.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I saw. Obviously,
Yeah.
when you draw with pencil, it's not gonna look like 100%
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's
There's another good
exactly,
depiction. See?
yes, exactly what I saw. Okay, so it's the black
Another
sun then.
one there. You were seeing the black sun.
The black sun. Wow, okay. I had to put the name later. Okay, so I'm gonna share what I saw. Let me pull my book. So all those times I was turning into Antarctica, I didn't see it the way how we see it on Earth. And before I start, I gotta say, Antarctica has, even in the ancient maps, the face of an animal. It might be me, but it's the face of an animal. It could be like between some sort of elephant, not 100% elephant. In one of the indents that it goes like this, a lot of stuff are there. It has layers, energetic layers, dimensional layers. And a lot of what we see in the surface is not the full picture. So it's basically an illusion because it needs to be looked for humans as an illusion. It needs to be looked like this. They're very, very peaceful, advanced civilizations beneath the ice, but very, very highly advanced. One of them has a lot of crystalline blue frequency energy. It's
Did you say
absolutely,
blue?
yes,
Okay. I just want to make sure
it's,
I understood that right.
yes. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not like the blue that you see when you go inside ice caves. It's not. It's nothing like that. No. But I'm gonna compare it to two things. For us that we born 1970s. I don't know if you guys remember back then. There used to be sold in the stores these flowers. They had like fiber optic. They goes like the
Yep.
string like this. That's
Yep.
very similar. For the younger
Like a
generation,
neon blue.
yes,
Yeah.
neon mixed with turquoise, mixed with crystal kind of blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the newest generation, I would say it looks like the first Avatar movie. When you see the forest, I don't know if somebody saw the movie on a 3D. That's exactly, almost exactly like that. However, I saw just their clothing. I was fascinating. I couldn't pinpoint faces. Their clothing is exactly like fiber optic, the translucent, the light. It's
Yeah.
weaving. It's weaving. Everything in there, it weaved together. Every single thing weaved together. Every single thing is based on frequency, is based on energetic field, it based on harmony through frequency, sound, water kind of thing. That's what I felt. Peaceful, peaceful, extremely peaceful. Okay. Um, but and then on the Antarctica, the way how we see it, there is, like Melissa said, multiple portals, a lot, a lot, a lot. Their entrance is hidden, but what I also saw, there is guards, they guard those entrances.
Hmm.
Energetic guards. That's their job. That's what they do there. Why? Well, I understand it. And it kind of make me sad. We not as advanced as they are. We are, uh, unfortunately, many people still based on greed and just finding their own interests and
Yeah, we're
I
not as evolved yet.
yes. So yeah, let's leave it like that.
Yeah. Our
Yes,
race hasn't quite got there yet.
yes. And
But
so
we're doing good. We're doing good.
we're doing good. We're doing pretty good though.
We're moving in the right direction.
Yes, we are. So those cards are there. Obviously, many people try to go to those places, unsuccessful. And it's gonna keep being like that until who knows? And let's leave it like that too.
Okay,
Um,
can I add to that actually?
yeah,
Because I know something about that. Like in real time, real life, I know something about that. You're
okay.
correct.
Huh?
There are energetic guards at all of these portals. That's what I do as a grid worker. I'm a guard.
That's why
And the ones we don't guard, we go check on. And some of them have been infiltrated by the enemy. So we have to be able to get there in a stealthy way to where we don't get seen. And that's what I teach in my grid worker class.
Okay, hold on. I'm sensing and I'm thinking, why souls related to that? Like it was like in an exchange, exchange. I mean, on top of the guards that I saw, because I see energetic, but I see an exchange, like soul contracts, that's the exchange. And I'm like, wow, this is like soul contracts and exchange. And I also saw some others that unfortunately they do what you just mentioned, that infiltration
Yeah.
for their own reasons. I saw
Yeah.
that. That makes me a little bit sad because I
Yeah.
respect that a lot. I feel that I probably have some soul connections with that because one time in a breathwork, I saw something from there. And and that's the reason why I probably felt that feeling. But I saw exactly what you what you just described, and I'm thinking, why? I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
and and I also saw people going there, coming out and going back in, and coming out and going back in, and coming out, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, so. Um, so it had been an entry point for higher consciousness for a long time. Long time. So it is like a ancient wisdom, ancient. I mean, which I'm gonna expand a little bit because doing all that today, it tapped me into something that I was like, what the heck is this? And that was like the last part of it. But it was also like a remembering something for me. I still don't know. Well, I realized the black stone what it was, so I don't even have to say that it was a black stone. But yeah, so as I was today thinking, I started watching a documentary about hummingbirds. And that's when the last part dropped for me was today. That was just a couple hours ago. So hummingbirds are one of the most amazing birds. If you haven't watched a documentary about hummingbirds, there is a channel on YouTube that is exclusively free documentaries about animals, and there is one about hummingbirds. Their wings, their feathers, we cannot see it until we upgrade our energy field. They look actually like a fiber optic. I have a hold on. I gotta pull this out because I put so many things here.
Yeah.
So, so when hummingbird feathers they change the color is because their structural iridescence, which is like microscopic layers bending and refracting light, right? So it's like light shifts when consciousness shifts. Color is the language of vibration, and the form bends when awareness expands. But I'm going to go deeper. When I realized that I'm thinking, okay, just today, I'm truly seeing the hummingbird the way they go back and forth to whatever they want, wherever they go. They astral travel, not like humans, but they do micro astral travel, these birds. And that's why they're so amazing. Like, they're amazing. But when we shift our consciousness, we realize that that beautiful civilization that I saw down there, we have the same thing in a real world here in forest. We don't have to think that, oh, that's only, no, we have it. Until we upgrade our energy field and match that frequency, the trees have it, birds have it, the animal kingdom, every single thing the nature has, because our earth is a living consciousness being. Even the
Right.
air has currents.
Right.
And the other night I was meditating with a rock quartz beside my glass of water, and at some point I'm seeing how the quartz scene was infiltrating the weaving of the energy through the water glass. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, that I'm okay. I was okay. Well, that's the things that we can see when we upgrade our consciousness, our energy field. You can see truly how the trees glow, how the grass glow, how animals glow, the message that you can hear in the wind, the message that you can see in the birds, the messages there all around us, because Mother Nature is one of our main teachers. But we are so caught up on the noise that we don't see anything. And we have it right here on Earth. We have it. And I just realized that today, and it blew me away because, you know, one more thing that I saw, like Melissa, a lot of quartz, 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 quartz. But I wasn't able to see more deeper than that there. I wasn't able to see the what was the real connection between the quartz. But I know it's a deep connection with quartz down there. And I also remember that in Mexico, I think it is in Mexico, they found before not long ago, and I was fascinated when I see it, this quartz cave.
Right. Yeah, they have a lot of quartz caves.
Yes,
Quartz is a very important thing to the ancients. Yeah.
yes. And
So
what
is
happened?
that did you see anything else about Antarctica?
No, just the quartz. I kind of felt
Okay.
like, yeah. So
Okay.
that was what I saw.
Okay. Let's check out what Jen sent. I haven't watched it yet. Let me get it ready. Okay.
There with y'all tonight, but I am working now. On this assignment, I didn't get a whole lot, so I'm gonna share with you what I got. Here we go. I saw a bunch of different ET races, like I mean a bunch, like hundreds. But the reptilians, I saw that they were disappearing, but the other ones weren't. I see some type of council of different beings all sitting around like these big tables making plans. I feel that this is some sort of, I can't read my own handwriting. Imagine that. This is some sort of, I don't know, meeting place where they all get together and discuss. I don't know. And I feel like with the vibration of the planet increasing, the lower frequency, like the reptilians, for example, the Lizzie people, they're having a hard time staying. So I guess we're leveling up and they're leveling out. So, I mean, that's good. I also caught a glimpse that it wasn't always cold, like maybe eons ago. Like it wasn't always ice. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Talk to you later.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. And I love how she always feels like she didn't really get anything, even though hers is because hers isn't very long, because she always really gets some really great stuff. And I can tell you for a fact that this is a meeting place where other beings get together and they are working to get rid of the warring factions of aliens that is mainly the reptilian. So she's right in that. And she's also right in the fact that we're leveling up and changing the vibration, and it makes them not be able to live here as easily. So I love all of that. And also that it wasn't always ice, because it wasn't. And I just real quick want to double back with what Angela said too, because I saw the neon blue colors as well that were very vibrant and beautiful.
They are.
And I find it interesting that you saw the clothing because I saw the beings, and the clothing matches the beings that I thought I was looking at, which is the Hyperboreans.
What? Never heard about them.
The Hyperboreans were here before the Atlanteans.
Oh.
They are the second root race. I actually have a video on this that I just did within the last month of the 4 main root races: the Lemurians, the Hyperboreans, the
Never heard about them.
Atlanteans. Yeah, you should check that out. So you actually described the clothing that the Hyperboreans would wear, and I was seeing the Hyperboreans themselves. And they are a very advanced, peaceful race, and I'll get to what I wrote down with mine in a moment. And you also said that you saw hidden portals with the guards and stuff, and we already covered that. That was accurate, spot on. So then I saw hidden pyramids and hidden buildings that were, some were rectangle and some were hexagonal, made out of, I wrote black onyx, but I think now it was black basalt, because basalt is very electromagnetic. So that makes more sense to me. It's more conducive, like crystal is. And within these halls was this beautiful neon blue-white glow that lit up the hallways or the corridors inside of these buildings.
Yeah.
It was all powered by some type of thermal energy. The temperature in there was very regulated. The beings that I saw were very tall, I would almost say elven looking beings. Some of them were completely bald, had no hair at all. And the ones that did have hair, it was snow white. It was white and it was translucent hair. These beings had different shades of skin. Some of them had blue undertones to a very pale white. They were like white with a blue undertone. Some of them were more of a peachy colored skin. And then there was these others that had the most beautiful creamy brown skin. And the only word that kept coming to mind was Nubian. Nubian. And I'm not even sure what Nubians look like, but that was the term that kept coming into my mind, was Nubian, when I would see. But they had the most beautiful bronze complexion. It was like their skin was made of silk. It was so creamy and soft and beautiful. And they're all very, very tall. They're very regal. They're very superior to us in wisdom, in lifetime. They've been around a lot longer than us. They're very, very ancient, very honorable. They are here for the maintenance of humanity, is what I was told. They have corridors inside that I was freely welcome to explore. They knew I was there, and they allowed me to freely explore and look, because there were corridors of books that they said was our history, our record keeping that they have on us, and maintenance of humanity. So it was like sciences of the medical field of the human body, sciences of our space, sciences of how our earth works, all of these different things. And then like almost like cataloged trial and error for human optimization. So it gave me a very, very strong sense that they are our creator beings, that they had a hand in helping to create us. And that those abilities that they had to be creator beings wasn't in a tampering way. It was in a benevolent, loving way of enhancing us and helping us to level up, like Jen says, right? But I saw many, many passages or halls for travel. And then there were larger structures that to me looked like black, shiny sarcophaguses, except they were so big that they were literally room size buildings. This wasn't there. There's no way this was something for somebody to just lay in, but it was built exactly the same way as a sarcophagus.
Mhm.
It was just massive on its scale of size. So I'm not sure what they were for, but they have the study of plant life, animal life, trees, all of that. And within, after you go through these corridors and you go into what's more of like a valley or a city, and Missy even mentioned a valley, I think,
Mhm.
is these lush, green, vibrant, and you even said like the way we would see on the Avatar movie, the
Yes.
colors were so vivid
Mhm.
and beautiful and true that it was like watching that Avatar movie for me.
Mhm.
There were big, beautiful ferns,
Mhm.
big, beautiful trees, plentiful fruits, and all of the colors were so rich. They were like colors we don't perceive,
No.
right? And speaking of colors, I actually teach that in my class as well, how all of the color spectrum is different levels of vibration and how to
Mhm.
identify a friend or foe in the astral realm based on the color frequency that they're in. So very good that you picked up on that, Angela.
That's good to
Um,
know. Thank you.
yeah, but this inner earth that I was being shown, that's what I felt like it was, like inside of earth. This valley was inside of earth.
Mhm.
And I am immediately, I'm like, oh, Agartha. And the very tall white blue lady that was next to me that was allowing me to freely look around, she said, yes, it is what you would know as Agartha. And I'm like, oh my God, so
Never
Agartha
heard
really
that word
does
before.
exist. That's amazing. And there was like beautiful waterfalls and pure lakes of water, the freshest water you could even imagine.
Mhm.
And it was so beautiful blue. And I was like, where is the blue coming from in this water? And the blue, she showed me in my mind that the blue essence coming off the water was actually from the hues of blue in the plants that were around the water.
Ah.
That's what made it look so blue, was the all of this luminescent light source
Yes, that's the
energy.
word. That's the name. Luminous.
And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is so freaking cool. So then it was kind of like we turned a page and I started getting shown other things, that there are factions. There are many different alien groups that are working together there, and that this is their home base, if you will,
Mhm.
for sitting around the table and figuring out what they're doing next. But that they have a real war going on right now for planet Earth. That there is a real war happening, which I already knew this. So to be shown it and put in that context as if I don't know was very interesting to me, because I was really being shown that this is a serious thing that's happening. And interestingly enough, in mine and Missy's personal life, we've been the things that have been showing up for us to watch on news feeds or YouTube or on Amazon Prime are all like extra little notches in the picture to draw the lines and connect dots with stuff we're already looking at and trying to understand better or talking about. So really cool how this is, the synchronicity is like in high gear, in my opinion, right now. Everyone is really
Yes.
experiencing so many synchronicities and so many things to
Mhm.
lead you to the right things and to
Mhm.
understand this and understand that and figure out that they actually go together and all of that, including the fact that you brought up the hummingbirds and how they can bend light, because the people we call Sasquatch or Bigfoot has some way to understand bending light to become invisible or visible in the
Mhm.
field. Same thing with UFOs, same thing with other aliens. And it depends on us and our level of vibration, what we see in that. And I've actually had several discussions about that with different people lately that had no idea of what I was talking about or looking into. And they would bring those type of topics to my attention. So I find all of that very interesting, these synchronicities. But they start showing me how there's these factions that are working against Earth and humanity, and that they are actually here to help make sure that this almost cyclical type feeling is what I got doesn't happen, doesn't go down the same way again. But so they showed me that there are scientists and military occupations there, as well as the aliens, that they have bases that are deep underground in Antarctica, and that they all work together in this coalition type group.
Okay, hold on. You say military, but to kind of help or not?
Military and scientists who are all working together with these alien beings to protect Earth and humanity from these bad guy type, the reptilians and such.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. A lot.
Yeah.
After you said
Yeah.
that.
And I was shown that there are stargates there, and that all of these military scientist personnel are working with the aliens in and out of the stargates to help move things around and do different stuff. They've got a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, you know, for however this goes down. So then I was also shown that the Miami Mall alien incident that happened, where the big, tall, black aliens, like shadow-looking aliens, showed up in the Miami Mall a couple of years ago, that was actually a mess up in coordinates. And something was going wrong with the dial on the Stargate, and they were really supposed to show up in Antarctica and ended up popping up in the mall instead. And that's why the cops had to move in so quickly and, you know, end it and take everybody's video footage they may have had and stuff, because they're still trying to keep this whole operation on the down low. So people weren't imagining things. They really did see aliens at the mall. I was also shown that this is why we use binary code in our coordinates. And also just recently I watched something where, not just in Rendlesham Forest in that UFO incident, but a man named Kennesaw from Paducah, Kentucky, had binary downloads as well. And both of those, when you decipher them, they talk about how they are here to help humanity and save humanity from this adversary group that wants to basically wipe us all out, and that they are the ancients. But I was shown that that's how they communicate is in this binary code, and that's why the coordinates are necessary. When you find those in like Rendlesham Forest or the Paducah, Kentucky cases, there are specific coordinates in the binary code. And they said they use the coordinates the way that we would use the yellow pages in a phone book. It's catalog. And we have catalogs for locations on planet that would all have different portals. And then we have catalogs that are called star catalogs that tells you the gate address to go to another planet or another solar system or another galaxy. So the coordinates are important to know for all of those things. And they usually use binary code to put the coordinates in. But I also feel like, you know, like anybody that's ever watched Stargate, they probably use like cuneiform symbols too, right? For Stargate addresses. Okay, so then I was also shown that Oumuamua was actually a ship, and that so was 2I Borisov, and that so is 3I Atlas. And these are all part of the same, they came from the same system. They're part of the same system that is here to check on where humanity is at this junction. Now, I wasn't shown if they are friend or foe. So the question is still there. Are they coming through and checking to see where we're at because they're the bad guys and they don't like us leveling up? And so they're going to try to smite us and knock us back down again? Or are they the good guys, reinforcements coming in to see where we're at and see if we've evolved enough to be worthy of their help in the defeat of the bad? So I don't know. I didn't get an answer there, but I always have those type of burning questions, you know.
But you okay, my question to you, what you personally feel?
Okay, so when we did 3i Atlas with our Beyond the Veil group a couple of months ago, we all came to a unanimous conclusion that 3i Atlas was here to see if we were leveling up in a vibrational way and ending the wars and stuff, and that I felt like they thought we were doing really good. So in that essence, they're good. Did you hear my voice just echo all of a sudden? That was so weird.
Yeah. Well, that's probably your answer.
that was it right there, wasn't it? They're working through me.
Yeah.
That was wild. Working through the electronics. So yeah, they all came from the same solar system though, or the same system and same group of people, is what I was being shown. Oumuamua, Borisov, Atlas. They're all ships that belong to the same beings, if you will. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool.
You mentioned you saw pyramids. I saw the tip of something, but I couldn't see more. But I would say that my feeling was those were pyramids. I don't see them being made out of anything like color actually, but I couldn't put it together. But when, for example, the pyramid of Giza, if you look at the tip, you can tell it's a pyramid if you look at the tip, but you're not seeing the rest of it. So I did see a lot of those tips, and they were dark color, but I couldn't understand. And then you mentioned it looked like onyx or something like that. It makes sense because
yeah, onyx or black basalt.
Yeah, or black basalt. That's what I kind of sense. But I also sense they were like they have a lot to do with the electromagnetic field and the frequency and all that. I felt that, but I couldn't put it together. And another thing that you mentioned, the blue beans. I have a dream last year, I think. It was a dream, but it wasn't a dream. I fell asleep pretty good, and then I was on a ship in a dream. Everything was crystalline blue. I did see the what I would call it, the controls of the, like the, how you call that? Where you do whatever, let's say like a
Yeah, like the
keyboard.
control panel.
Yes, control panels. But the control panels, and I see that clear, has multiple numbers, but I wasn't able to remember those numbers. But the most fascinating thing was that three of them show up because I was questioning why I'm here, why I'm seeing this, even though I knew what I was. And they had this gorgeous blue skin, but not crystalline. It's more matte color, but gorgeous face. And they told me we are here to assist humanity with love. And one of them gave me a hug. When I wake up, I was loving the hug because I felt so good with the hug. And it felt like it was real.
And it probably was. And those were either Andromedan or Arcturian.
But their skin, it was gorgeous. The whole face is like the face of a very highly empathetic being or person, I would say. That's the way how I describe it. And then previous to that, 2 years ago, we have a breathwork session with the lady that we do breathwork here. And that day, me and my husband, we sunk so deep into the breathwork that an ambulance passed by, a fire truck passed by, we didn't hear anything. And in one of those moments, I did see Ashtar Command from a distance. I smell the ground where I was walking. And I did see some sort of a white people in the distance, very light skin, very tall, but was from a distance. Ashtar Command, I do see it from the distance, but a little bit close to me. And I was wearing one of their suits. And I smelled the ground. I don't know what was the ground because I smell sulfur. I don't know. And I see some sort of mountains, not like what I saw when I was looking into Antarctica. I don't know what is had nothing to do with one another, but I feel there is a connection there. And then I had his face on my mind, just going crazy because I clearly see his face until I found a picture that somebody, I don't know, draw or whatever, exactly looking like what I saw. And I think it's a connection there, but I can't pinpoint the sulfur smell or anything like that yet. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I have a few thoughts on that, but I'll keep them to myself for now. I'm a ghost hunter, and usually when we smell sulfur, that's not a good thing. But you did see mountains in the background too, so maybe it was a volcanic sulfur.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that could be because I don't sense anything bad, neither, no. And I know what you mean with sulfur. I experienced a couple things with sulfur, but it wasn't
yeah,
like that. It was like probably it was something happened before in there in the ground, kind of keep the smell. That's what I kind of felt, but that was just my feeling, so I leave it
yeah,
at
yeah,
that.
yeah. Interesting. Okay, so I think all in all, it's ironic to me how every time we do one of these shows, it doesn't matter where in the world I pick, they all end up coming back together in some
Yeah.
piece of the puzzle that fits into the rest of the shows we've done and the target places we've been to without even realizing it was going to fit. I mean, all the way back to connecting like Three Eye Atlas to this. I had never in my wildest dreams thought that anything about Three Eye Atlas was going to be connected to Antarctica at all. If somebody would have told me that a week ago, I'd have been like, that's the craziest bunch of stuff. But here we are. And I love how we always each come to the table with our own ways of seeing what we're going to bring to the table.
Mhm.
And yet we all see something that matches
The
each other's stuff.
matches.
I really, really love witnessing that. I love showing that to our viewing audience. I just love this happening. I think it's like the coolest thing about all of this is how truly interwoven and connected we are when we
Mhm.
put our energy together and set out to do something. I just think that's great.
It is great.
So, in closing, Missy, do you have anything you would like to add to it?
I think we're slowly getting answers, and we don't even realize we're getting the answers that we've been
Mhm.
questioning for a while now. So I think the more that we continue to do this, the more answers we're going to get, and eventually, we're going to be like, oh shit. Like like we're gonna like we knew this all along. What the heck,
What
So I just
100%.
it's just so crazy that every time that we do this, in some way, shape, or form, whether we think it's going to or not, we all have at least one thing that we all see.
Mhm.
And just like you, I seen the black sun. I'm like, what the heck? And then you was like, you had it, drawn out on your paper, and you're like, what the heck? And then Kelly, so
That
it's
was
like,
crazy.
it's just really, I think it's fantastic, honestly. And I love how each time we have a show, we grow and grow and grow and grow, because I'm way different than what I was when I first started. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Like, I think we're going to get some answers that we've been, because I know way more now than I did in the beginning. And I learned, and then I'm like, little things that happen in other things, and you get glimpse of something else and something else, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that connects together.
Mhm.
So you get the bigger picture. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for Kelly for creating this
Oh yeah,
little podcast video thing, because it's really fun. It's really fun. I enjoy it.
it is really
That's my
fun.
2 cents.
It is really fun.
Well, I like your 2 cents. They're worth way more than their weight in gold, in my opinion. Thank you very much. That was great. But I couldn't help but think about how every time we do find more answers or more confirmation to things we thought we already knew, the more daggone questions I have. It's like just when you think you really dug in and got somewhere, then you're like, oh, but then what about this? And what about this? And what about this?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a never ending story in that sense. And I'm okay with that because I love to learn. So
Oh yeah.
I'm all about it. Bring it on. What do you think, Angela? What are your thoughts?
Oh my God. You know, it's like every day you have this aha moment thinking, this is me, okay? Wow. Why I didn't start all this like years ago? Where the heck I
Right.
was doing? What I
Right.
was thinking? Like I thought everything was normal. It's not. I mean, the normal that we see now, this is the real normal if you want to know.
Right. Exactly.
This is the
Exactly. We're
real
peeling
normal.
back the layers and finding the truth. And that's the real normal.
Yes, that
And
is the
then,
real
and
normal.
like I was even saying to Missy earlier, that a lot of this for people that have a really strong commitment to their faith, their religious faith, oh, this is going to be so hard for them to
Ay, ay, ay,
really
ay, ay.
digest when all of these truths come out. And I'm not saying
Yes.
that we don't have a true creator. I'm just saying we've been misled,
Mm-hmm.
way misled to
Mm-hmm.
who and what that really is. And it's going to be hard for them the more we're
Ay,
learning
ay,
here and
ay, ay.
finding out.
It
Yeah.
is.
I mean, my heart goes out to them.
It is beyond comprehension. And I keep saying on videos that I put on TikTok to random people that I met, because one thing that I'm noticing lately, it's fascinating. I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me. Since October, I noticed the amount of people that I encounter through my daily basics, they start to awaken in a weird ways. More and more every single day. More and more and more and more. Even from little things like that. Hey, wait a minute. Why this is not the way how I thought of. Even today, a lady that come here to pick up something, and she was saying, I'm questioning this, and anyway. But at the same time, you also see other people that they, I don't know. I know we all have soul contracts. It's their soul contract decide, okay, I'm not gonna see, I'm gonna go like a horse when they put the their blind there. Like I can feel it all around me. I can feel everything around me, but and what is gonna happen? And it's weird because lately I have to calm myself down, remembering everybody has their own journey. And I know I have a huge problem with that before, and I'm getting better. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% yet fully into and this fully get it every day. That's not my journey, but it's concerning people who still into that square like this, so probably smaller, that they're not seeing anything around them. But I also know, unfortunately, by books that I read before I start all this, that there are people out there in many organizations. What they're doing, they're using their words, because our words carry frequency. The same way how Kelly can awaken something on you, the same way how we all can spark something on you, there's also people out there, they're doing the opposite. Completely the
That's
opposite.
right. That's right. And it's their role. It's
Yeah.
their role to do so. Some people are not supposed to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we wouldn't see the clear distinction between the duality.
Yep.
They're
But
necessary.
they're
They
necessary.
suck.
It is
They
suck.
aggravate us.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even piss us off, but they're necessary. And when you come to that level of understanding, then it's a lot easier to let go of trying to change anybody or trying to get them to understand more fully or whatever, because it's each one of our journey to be who
Mm-hmm.
we are at this juncture. And we can't do anything to change that. And
No.
it's hard. It's hard if it's somebody that you love or you care about.
Mm.
It's really hard to just let go of that and let them take their own journey. Just in being a parent, when your children become adults, it's very hard to let go of being the one that always guides them and cut those apron strings and let them go on their own journey
Yeah.
and make
It
their own
is.
mistakes. It's the same thing. It's the same level of understanding. And it sucks,
It's a
but
battle.
it's necessary.
It's a battle because sometimes I even had to talk to myself. No, don't say anything. That's not belong to
Yeah.
you. Keep it over there. Keep it over there. Keep it over there. Keep it
Yeah.
over there. And yeah, but thing is, for all the truth to come out, which is coming out,
Yeah.
we all have free will. And
That's right.
there's many people out there that they have the feeling on their gut, which we call it the solar plexus. That's your intuition. And if it is
Yeah.
telling you, this is not it, this is not it,
Right.
be open-minded and just forget everything and just do your own research, do your listening, you're gonna find the truth. Your soul already knows the truth since before you're born. Your soul knows the truth. The conditioning and everything that had nothing to do with soul and awareness. No. But you have to
Right.
do your own research. You have to be open-minded to understand that sometimes we do. I was like that for many years. Sometimes we do think, oh, this is it, this is it. Sometimes it's not.
That's right. I mean, we
Sometimes
do
it's
that
not.
as young adults, even. We think we have it all figured out, that our parents didn't know what the hell they're talking about, that we're going to
Nope.
go rule the world and conquer the world. And then we make our own mistakes and we realize that, hey, our parents weren't so stupid after all.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had some really good wisdom and
Yeah.
advice that we should have listened to, you know,
Yeah.
and we
Yes.
all do it. We all do
We
it.
all
We're
do.
all guilty of it, you know. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you do to prepare your children so that they don't make the same mistakes. They're going to go make mistakes anyway.
That's
It
how
doesn't
we
matter.
learn.
So that's how we learn. And it's free will. So we all got to do it at our own pace. And
Exactly.
I always highly recommend that anything we do, anything and everything that we do on these shows, don't just take our word for it. Definitely go do your own research. Feel for it in your gut, just like Angela said. If it feels like it speaks truth, great. Keep listening, keep tuning in, but still also do your research so that you know for sure. And you're never second guessing that, oh well, Kelly said this or Missy said that or
Mm-mm.
Angela said this or Jen said
Mm-mm.
that. It's not about that, because our burden of proof for your knowing is on you. It's not our burden.
Exactly. It's not our burden.
It's not our burden. We're going to speak
Exactly.
our truth. We're going to follow our journey. We're going to share that journey with everyone. But it's always important to listen to your body and to do your own research. 100%. And I think that's a
100%.
great place to end the show and to say thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you again soon on the next Beyond the Veil.